I'm baking a cake today. It's dreary outside. I'm baking
Pop
a cake.
that pussy. Remember Hazel
son,
E
that
was
sounds
singing that in
aggressive.
front of Rosa Parks?
Oh, when Iyanla had to do that. She still ain't learned nothing,
Nah,
child. She's still talking.
Yalanya whatever. Iyanla fixed my life.
Iyanla.
Iyanla fixed my
Uh-huh.
life. She had pictures of like prominent black women all posted on
Hazel
the
E.
wall, and then she made this girl from Love and Hip Hop sing her song about popping her pussy and like sing it to a photo of Rosa
in front
Parks.
of the images.
Well, I mean, it ain't like Rosa Parks never popped her pussy. She just didn't do it in public.
It was basically to say, like, yo ancestors, these great women fought for you to get here, and this is what you decide to like.
You know what?
Talk
Honestly,
about and be in.
you know, I feel a way about that because I understand like the other side of it. They're like, this is improper, but is it improper? Because the thing is that I should not be chastised for wanting to pop my pussy. If I want to pop my pussy, it's my God given right to pop that pussy.
You should be able to, Tristan. Go ahead,
know what
pop
I'm saying?
it.
Not specifically my pussy, but
that pussy.
Pop it, Tristan.
Yeah, pop the pussy. Pop it. Exactly. Right. I'm not saying that that's what I'm going to gravitate toward, but I'm going to tell you that it's my God-given right to do it. And that's why she talk about I'm not going to get up because I want to pop my pussy on this bus. And if I should want to do it if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rosa.
I heard that she get up.
Let's go. That's exactly why she didn't get up. It's, you know, little known secret. C-U-L-T-U-R-E 101. C-U-L-T-U-R-E 101. See? Hello, and what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to yet another episode of Culture 101 podcast. But this is not just any other episode. We're not just moving the culture forward. Okay. You know, like I know who I am. We know who they are, but that's not what's important. What's important is because we're wrapping the year up today, y'all. We are putting a nice little bow on it. We're talking about all the wonderful and exquisite, wondrous things that have happened this year. And on this show, and we're going to talk about it today, right now. Let's talk about it, y'all. So
let's get into it.
Did we enjoy 2023, the year of our Lord Jordan?
No.
What?
But I'm happy to be here.
Damn.
She came right out with that. She was just like, no, I didn't enjoy this year at all.
2023 was rough. It was not a good year overall. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad God has still kept me here, and I think that it's just set me up for a great 2024. So sometimes you have to have those rough times, those rough years, those rough cycles in order to propel you forward and to have better days. So,
Sean, what about you? What is your overall take on this year of 2023?
I had some highlights and some lowlights, so I would say it was. I'm happy to be alive too.
Did it balance itself out?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
I feel that. I feel like we like right here. I feel you.
Yeah.
You know, when I was thinking of go ahead.
You had some great times, you had some not so great times, and it's like the ebbs and flows of life pretty much.
Yeah.
I will say when I was thinking about the concept of highlight and low lights, I was like, I just got lights. I don't know if they're too high or low. They just lights.
Just right here.
They're just lights. Like, I felt like this year has been. I really do. I feel like it's been a subtle like the dips weren't too dippy, like the hills weren't too high. You know, like I felt like I was riding the wave this year. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe next year I need to have some more stark contrast in what's going on. But then again, I don't know if I want to be that fucking low to be as high as you want to. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I want to elevate and then just kind of ride that elevation.
Right. Let that plateau right there. Let it feel good.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Les, stopping by to let you know we have new merch dropping. Check it all out at culture101podcast.com.
Hey, I'm Wendy.
And I'm Beth.
A Fruit Loop Serial Killers of Color podcast, and you're now listening to Culture 101 Podcast.
We wanted to take this time to have this episode to really recap and do some of our favorite things that we've had this year, take time to honor some of our guests and just some of the wonderful things that have happened in the year and some of the not so wonderful things that have happened in the year. But I believe we want to talk as only we can about some of the information that has been shared on this show, some of the craziest, bizarrest, strangest stories that we have had on this show, and none other than the lady that curates those stories, Miss Les, the homie in your head. Please tell us about, the bulletin board this year.
Yeah, so I feel like, I picked some great stories, some very entertaining ones. There were, a couple sad shout outs or some tragic things that happened as well. I try to give y'all a good mix of what's going on, not just in the news, but specifically related to our culture as well. So I wanted us to pick our favorite bulletins and just briefly explain like why it was our favorite. So I'm going to start with Sean. What was your favorite bulletin from Cycle 3?
So my favorite bulletin was on episode 54. And this bulletin was titled Fly Shit Only.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that episode? We want to shout out the name so people can go directly back to that. Be like, okay, episode 54, boom.
Shit. Nostalgia Ultra. Nostalgia Ultra. Was I supposed to say with accent? All right. So this.
No.
Live your life. Live your life.
That intrusive thought coming out. Like what?
Live your life.
All right, let me get to it. Do y'all remember what Fly Shit Only was? Fly
I was trying to think back.
Only.
So a member of the flight crew is heard over their like air traffic controller recording saying it's just a biohazard issue. And you may be asking yourself, what kind of biohazard issue would cause a plane to have to turn around?
But I'm gonna wait. Go ahead,
explosive
please.
diarrhea? What the hell?
That's what I'm thinking. Something like that, right?
So she's then says over the recording, we've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, up and down the aisle. So they want us to come back to Atlanta and they have to turn around. Ew. And I saw a video on Instagram where like it shows like it's all on the carpet, like just disgusting. So someone replied, and of course that went by the recording went viral on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it or whatever. So people were responding to that tweet saying, one person responded and said, both my wife and I were on the flight. It was a mess. The pilots made the right decision to turn around. The ground crew had to rip out the carpet and put new carpet in. Considering the circumstances. Considering the circumstances, the ground crew did a great job along with attendants and pilot.
The airline. The airline
yes!
thing?
No. Remind me, what was it?
So
I picked it. I don't even remember.
Was about Delta Airlines. They had a flight from Atlanta to Spain to Barcelona, and the passengers shit all over the plane, and they called it a biohazard issue. And I think it was so funny because Tristan and I, from the jump, I was re-listening to it, and I'm like, yo, me and Tristan was on it. Like immediately when you said biohazard, we was like, did somebody shit? Tristan was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah. And it was some shit. All puns intended. Like it was some shit. I thought that was hilarious. And I
wouldn't even know what to do in that situation.
I would never fly again.
I'm passing out. We would just pull down the mask. That's what it would be for the rest of the flight.
And I would be like trying to climb over seats so I wouldn't have to walk in the aisle because it was all throughout the aisle. How do you get off that plane?
And why didn't the person just stay where they were? Why did you run up the aisle? I don't know. And I just feel like, maybe because, they were trying to get to the bathroom. They were trying to get to the bathroom.
Right, clearly they were trying to get to the bathroom.
So that made me think that every time I go to the airport now, I have to wear pants. No skirts allowed on the flights. Absolutely not.
No skirts allowed.
Are you wearing the pants too? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it would have come. Oh, it would have come right out. It would have just been sloshy in her shoes. You'd have been shit shoe prints all the way back to the
down. Like, it came down that fast. Like if she had on a skirt, that shit just coming out.
You don't know what type. You assuming that this is whole shit. Like I assume if it came down, it was running. Like that was hot butt mud. Like that was
not hot butt
moving. Like that shit was moving, literally, quite literally. It was flowing like the rivers in the Nile. Went right on down.
My thing is, you gotta know when your tummy is upset. You just gotta take an L and miss out on a flight and just stay in the bathroom in the airport because there's no reason why you need to subject everybody else to what's going on with your bowels. That's disgusting.
They ate some chili at the airport. It wasn't good.
Right. You don't know what it was. You don't know. Maybe that kosher meal wasn't so special.
But no, like it didn't happen on a plane. Like your stomach had been hurting before for it to like be like that because it takes time for that like diarrhea to like break down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel that rumble in your tummy. It ain't never instant like that.
I don't know, man. There have been some times where the shit has come. I was like, I needed the bathroom immediately. Like I was
Like
like,
it was
I'm
literally
gonna
after
go.
you ate something and you was like, it went right
I'm gonna
through
say it was
I've
as
never
long
had
as
that.
25 minutes. As long as 25 minutes, and when I was like, oh no, where the bathroom's happening? We're going to find a place,
So
and
you're
I'm
saying
going to be in there.
he or she ate something bad. We assumed it was a woman because we assumed it had to be like easy access, like a dress or a skirt. He or she ate something in the airport, made it onto the plane, maybe like 20, 30 minutes later, and was like, oh, it
And
had
plus,
to be more, it had to be more than that because
and
it
then
takes
you gotta,
30
and then
minutes
you gotta
to
think
pull.
about the gravitate, like the G's that you pull when you take off. You're pulling at least 1 G when you're taking off on the flight. So maybe that did a little something with the stomach, that sped up the process. Because if you're inebriated on a flight, the flight attendant's not supposed to let you be there because
Right.
like that G, it's gonna make you throw up or whatever. So
Right.
that's probably what happened. It was a perfect storm, quite literally. Perfect storm. Yes.
Yeah.
Nastiness.
And it was
Thank
a
you for that
long flight.
reminder,
We don't know
Sean.
how
I
long
forgot.
into the flight, like they end up going to that.
Right.
It could have been hours into
Because
the
it was
flight.
from where to Spain? Because it was
Atlanta to
Spain.
Barcelona, right?
Oh hell yeah, that's at least 6-7 hour flight, right? Yeah,
Sure. Sure. Anyway, thank you for that reminder, Sean. I had totally forgot about that.
You're welcome.
Tristan, what was your favorite?
Mine comes from episode 61. What about your friends? Back at one, son. Back at one,
Brian
son.
McKnight tried for himself. Because Brian McKnight revealed he legally changed his name to his newborn son's name, which is Brian, well, I might butcher it, Kanoa Makoa McKnight Sr. So he's a senior to his newborn son, although he was already a senior to his eldest son, Brian McKnight Jr.
This man just started a whole new family and pretended that the first one didn't happen.
But he said he has a new album coming out, which was inspired by his newborn. But the name change, of course, prompted backlash from fans who called him wicked and vile for trying to basically disassociate himself. And his oldest son, Brian McKnight Jr., took to Instagram Saturday to actually respond to, his father changing his name. McKnight has been beefing with his kids. It's been known to the world since around like 2018, 2019, when he actually posted a video to his social saying he's never missed a day of child support. He's never done anything adverse to his children. He's always been there with advice, whether they took it or not. And he's always been the one who, helped them to achieve whatever their dreams were. However, his kid said, I don't think there's any situation that merits the way that our father has chosen to treat us. They said that it's insane to them, and basically he doesn't have any empathy for the life that he introduced them to. Thoughts. This is sad.
I see why he don't like his kids. I get it.
Oh, Tristan.
I get it.
I see why he
I
don't
fucking
like
get
his
it. I still
narcissist.
maintain I get why he doesn't like his kids. I get it. Ungrateful. Just ungrateful.
What's the reason?
It's just ungrateful.
That's no reason not to like your kids.
All the stuff he done for them, and he's like,
At
you know
some
what?
point, kids are going to be ungrateful. That's no reason
I'm
to
gonna have
stop
a new
liking
junior. I'm gonna get a new junior.
That's
and take care of
crazy.
this. Take care of this.
That's crazy.
I stopped laughing about that shit for like a week. I kept talking about it. Like every time I was singing Brian McKnight's song, step one, you get a new son. Step
Oh my
two,
gosh.
you change the name. Step
Shut
three.
up. Go away.
Don't want these kids no more. I was dying
Don't want
for a
step
week.
3. Don't want these kids around me.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Whenever I believe my kids are done, I just have another one, and it's great. Oh man, I was dying laughing.
You need to write that down. Record that.
Laughing just because that's so ridiculous. Ooh, undeniable. Ooh, I like that. That's like, here's Sean coming with that vocal right there. That was it. That was it right
he
there.
could be my firstborn.
That's right. That's right.
Disrespectful.
No.
How they're so ungrateful.
Because I was just like, all this extra shit y'all doing for your father. If your father crazy like this, let that shit go. Let that shit go. If your father this crazy,
Dad,
like,
you can't just let it go. That's their father.
Because the thing is that people are going to do what they want to do, and the thing is that at the other time, and then the other part that you forget about is that beyond him being the father, Brian McKnight is a brand. He's an entity. He's this whole other thing, beyond him being just your father, Brian McKnight. So there may be some craziness that occurs out of that, So you just live and let live. Like, Dad, I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're happy. That's all I can say with that one. But that was just too hilarious to me. I kept cracking
That
up
was
about
a
that for
mess.
at least a good week. I was like, oh, that was a good time. Good time.
Well, shout out to the real Brian McKnight Jr., his firstborn son. I know he's trying
Shout
to
out
get
to the
his
new one
career
too.
popping.
Shout out to the new one too.
Anyway,
The new one ain't do nothing.
he just got here.
He didn't do nothing.
Right, he just got here.
Right,
He had to
exactly.
build up his own brand though. But
what's that new middle name? Mazzoni, Macaroni,
something like that. I think it was
Macanonum, whatever the fuck is
Not Macanonum.
whatever
McDowell's. Okay, so my favorite bulletin from this cycle was episode 59 from the Math Ain't Mathin', and I got stopped by a lady cop, and that was the one where
the OnlyFans.
Exactly. Cop pulled over the gentleman, and in the mid-arrest, or she was trying to issue him a ticket, he realized, hey, I subscribe to your OnlyFans. I don't respect you.
So the Minneapolis Police Department is investigating an officer for her side gig as an OnlyFans model. I knew he'd be tickled by this one.
I'm not that shocked. Like, what's wrong with a cop being an OnlyFans model?
This came after she pulled over a subscriber during a recent.
I'm sorry. We gotta get through. I'm sorry.
We do. That was only 2 sentences. The unidentified cop who works in the city's 4th precinct is being probed for any policy violation she may have committed. Shut up. It was right there. I can't even be mad at that. The driver said it took him 10 minutes to recognize the 35-year-old officer as someone he's seen over the past 5 months.
That means she's a real good performer. That means she was doctored up properly. I like that.
And apparently she was consistent. He's seen her the past 5 months have sex and post explicit photos online. So after realizing who she was, the driver said he had a problem with the officer's authority and is quoted saying, "You can't arrest me no more. I've seen your private parts."
I can't. It's too much.
That's not a real reason to not be arrested. What?
Ain't about to give me no ticket. So yeah, and she got let go from the force. So I
get it. I get it.
But in real life, like that, you can't deny a ticket for something that you did just because you recognize this cop on OnlyFans.
Now you're right. I agree with that. But like, I am no longer looking at you as a figure of authority after I watched you fuck your husband and the things y'all said in that video. Like, you know, like you don't know what video he watched. It might have been some type of real freak play. And he was like, girl, I saw you in Thousand Island dressing with a little person and 2 chains and a football. I don't even know if we can even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
And it's like, what is the odds that he was subscribed to her OnlyFans? Like, how did you recognize her from OnlyFans? That's so crazy to me.
Maybe he wanted only local talent, and so
is that
he
like
only subscribes to people
OnlyFans? Like, find people near me? Like, what? It's not a dating app.
No, I have no idea. I've never been on the site. I have no idea.
No, I mean, I did go on there a couple of times because I was curious about when Keisha, what's that woman's name? Who was on the Bernie Mac show? Bernie Mac show, the lady from the Bernie Mac show.
Daughter?
Yeah, she made an OnlyFans, but like she wasn't showing enough. It was just tasteful photos. I was a little upset. I was like, oh shit, I thought she was gonna be naked. I was like, oh.
Well, you know, what's the rapper? Cash Doll. She just announced she about to start her OnlyFans, but she said she's about to change the landscape and it's gonna be like just more exclusive content for her fans, not necessarily like showing stuff.
But in that case, make a fucking Patreon. Like, don't make an OnlyFans. Like, you know what we're here for.
People be doing like cooking lessons, and they do all kinds of stuff on OnlyFans.
Okay, great.
Known for the sexual stuff.
Is it just like the splits are better on OnlyFans? Do you keep more or something? Is that what like the benefit is?
I think it was initially. I don't know if it still is since it blew up, but I think initially like people got to keep more. But now I don't know what it looks like.
Because I just felt like, what is the point of you making an OnlyFans if it's a monetary thing, sure, but like you could have a Twitch stream, you could have so many other things
without the negative connotation to it.
Right? It's not even but it's not even like OnlyFans is a negative connotation. Like I just feel like there shouldn't be a negative connotation if you want to be a sex worker. It's just also that if you are a civil servant and a sex worker, that's like this is not Nevada.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, if it was Nevada, maybe, but no.
If her job brings it under question because of their, like, moral clauses or whatever their policies are, then it's like, what can you do?
Like, I'm not judging for you and your husband do to keep your marriage spicy and bring in some extra cash. That's wonderful. Look, I applaud that. That's fantastic. But you're a whole cop. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, Shonda Dunn, and I'm here to tell y'all that we now have merch up live. You can find some t-shirts, you can find puzzles, you can find candles, whatever you want, we got it. Come check us out at culture101podcast.com.
Thank y'all for walking me down Cycle 3 memory lane. Again, I had totally put.
Are there any other stories you want to shout out real quick before we get out of here?
Oh, any like honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. That's a good one. Do y'all have any on the top of your head? I gotta think for a second.
I mean, I was definitely going through the things last night. Like I had to really, really go through. I mean, that was my favorite one for sure, the Brian McKnight one. But let's take 2 seconds. Let's just take a quick second.
Okay, let's peruse for 2 seconds.
We got 2 seconds. We
do. Okay, let's see.
You
know what? And shout out to Sean. I had to say Taken and Taken update with Carly Russell because I know that just irritated her so much.
Oh,
and then
man.
the fact that she had a movie made after her on Prime. What was it? The woman who saw the baby on the side of the road or something like that.
Crazy. That was
that
crazy.
whole thing this year was just
PP Patty, because I just felt like with the airlines, I got at least we got to talk about PP Patty just for 2 seconds.
I just don't understand why people want to be on the no-fly list so bad. Like every time I open either Instagram or TikTok, I see some crazy stuff on a flight or in the airport, and I'm like, why can't y'all act right? I don't understand. And I be praying every time I fly, please don't let nothing crazy happen. Let us get from point A to point B without any mess, because I don't have the patience for it.
We should definitely shout out Keke Palmer. I mean, the situation definitely devolved, but the first time it happened, especially with the Usher video and everything, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Don't leave your girl around me or around her, whatever it was.
That was definitely a good time, because I was like, damn, talking about troll level 1,000.
Shout out to Keke Palmer.
You're gonna make a music video.
Shout out to her because she's always gonna keep a bag. She just announced that she's gonna have a new movie coming out next year where she's starring alongside Eddie Murphy. It's a Prime movie. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's gonna be like a heist type of movie. So shout out to Keke. She hosted the Soul Train Awards literally right after.
She has a podcast now, actually.
Yeah, she's been on a podcast. So she's keeping a bag. So despite what she's going through, she's still pushing through it. And she even posted like, I might make this look great. Meanwhile, I'm like breaking down inside, which I mean, is a lot of us, we make it look good, even though we might be going through hell inside. So just shout out to her. We always support her. Love to have you on the podcast, Keke. Come through Cycle 4.
I mean, or we'll come through your show. That's fine too.
I'm
okay either way. Either way is fine. Fine.
Right.
I will. But before we leave, I gotta shout out one more. Amazing Grace. With these 20 people walked out that restaurant. Like I gotta talk about that one. That was
after
crazy.
The funeral.
That was wild.
That was
so wild.
Because it was, we did the math. It was only going to cost like $30 per person or something like that.
It was less than $36 per person.
Like y'all got a deal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Said, we ain't paying this shit, and they all left. And people were like,
"Pull the gun out! Pull the gun out on the servers."
That was so unnecessary. Like it was 18 of y'all or 20 or however many it was. It was way too many people that I was going to try to stop you anyway.
Yeah, it's like I know y'all grieving, but y'all ain't grieving that bad. Like, come on, you come up off it.
I mean, I definitely remember one time when I was a server and people left without paying the tip. I was like, hey, y'all didn't tip. They was like, well, you could have done more for us. I was like, well, this is where we are with this. So what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And they paid that shit too. And they paid that tip. Yeah, they did. I called them in time.
What was the I'm trying to remember the name of it, the one where I think it was down in Florida at the restaurant and the patrons kept like dirtying up the bathrooms,
they were clogging the toilet. I almost picked that one too.
Yeah,
that's so funny. They kept clogging the toilet and then they jumped
That's
through.
A good one. That was
crazy.
wild.
Crazy.
Wow.
And, we had some good ones.
We did. We definitely some strange stories. I mean, honestly, I almost included the girl that was trying to burn down Martin Luther King's childhood home or whatever. But I was like, it's so new. It's so fresh. It's so fresh. It's
talking about that as his long lost grandchild or something like that.
It probably is. Shit, you don't know. Henderson? I mean, that feels right.
I can't. But yeah, we had a crazy year in 2023. I can't wait to see what happens in 2024. Y'all just be patient. Cycle 4 will be coming now, probably around summertime. But until then, I'll continue to keep my ears to the street and report back next week.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Les, 1/3 of the Culture 101 podcast. We want you to stay locked in for more content coming to you soon. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, we're back. And so now, of course, as the show goes, we got to talk about our favorite lesson plans from the year. We've had some very interesting lesson plans, some wonderful guests. Shout out to all of our guests. It would do me a disservice to try to name them all right now. But definitely, we have had some wonderful information that has been shared in this cycle. Things that we didn't know, that we thought we knew, things that we learned a little differently, and just had just a good time talking to these people and made different relationships and things. So definitely want to take a moment to shout out to all of our guests that have been on the show this cycle. But I believe we got to start with our favorite lesson plan. So I think we should start with Sean the Don. What is your favorite lesson plan, ma'am?
So my favorite lesson plan comes from episode 53, which is called Don't Savior. They don't want to be saved. And
be saved, don't save.
You don't want to be saved, don't save. Yeah, so first of all, I love that.
I love that title. That's probably
I love it so much.
That's my favorite title of this cycle.
Mm-hmm. Do you even listen to Project Pat?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Ain't got no hair in
But anyway, this was my favorite lesson plan because, first of all, I do love a good, not all of them, but a good white savior movie. And during this discussion, I did have to come to terms with the fact that one of my favorite white savior movies was really a sham. And with just all the information that started coming out, that movie that I'm
Which
not
one was that?
Was that The Blind Side?
Oh,
you know what movie it was. Don't do this to me.
You know, the Tuohys are now trying to sue Michael Orr for bringing his lawsuit against them. It's this whole thing that's still dragging out.
You got to countersue. If someone sues you, you got to countersue.
Yeah, because then you look guilty if you don't countersue, right? Like I would countersue. Yeah, and they're sticking by the fact that they're saying it's a shakedown and all this stuff, and he was paid. Yeah, man, all that stuff. Fuck them
if
for
he
real.
was, he wouldn't be suing you.
That was one of my faves, and damn. But I think it was so fun to hear about everybody else's, like, which movies y'all appreciate from that have white saviors and talk about that. I think it brought up such
Shout out to Finding Forrester.
Shout out to Hardball. Still on top of my list.
That's fair. Actually, oh my God, those movies come out the same year. Wow, that's some twin shit.
Probably, yeah. We're right here. We see each other.
Yeah.
I think, what was your favorite?
Right there. I had to really think about this because I was just like, damn, we've had a lot of great guests. I mean, from accountants to real estate gurus to, psychologists to all kind of things. But honestly, recently, when we talked to the ladies of the Fruit Loops Serial Killer Color podcast, you don't know what you don't know. I really enjoyed talking to Beth and Wendy. Those ladies are a wealth of knowledge. They are so fun. And then I think it adds to, we made a new connection with that one. That was somebody that we met, and then we got to have that and then collab. And I felt like that was one of our first, beyond Roots Culture, shout out to Roots Culture, shout out to Roots Purpose podcast. But that was our one of our big collabs that we did. So I definitely enjoyed that. And plus, who knew that there were so many serial killers that were not white dudes?
Color, right? I thought that was their genre.
What?
I had no idea.
It was wild. The greatest serial killer, one of the greatest serial killers of all time was a black dude. That's crazy. I guess that's always the case. It's always smart.
When we do it, we gonna do it,
Right.
Be the best.
When you talk about that baseline killer, I was like, man, killing bitches on a basketball court? That shit's crazy. Apparently that's the name of the street. That's the name of a road. It's named Baseline Road in Arizona. I'm just saying, we learned so much, and they were a good time. And I would honestly, it makes me feel like we should do one good true crime episode. You know what I mean?
I'm here for it
because we attempted to do it one time, and that was okay. But I feel like maybe we should do one really dope true crime episode.
I'm here for it. I think that would be dope. True crime is such a big genre, and a lot of people love to hear about it. So yeah, I think we definitely should.
Though I do have a fear though that okay, so do y'all know that song More Than Words? More than words. More than words. Saying not. Okay, whatever.
Who's singing?
Anyway, it's by a group named Extreme, but maybe Frankie J's version. Frankie J covered.
Oh, Frankie J! Shout out to Frankie J. I hope he's doing well.
Shout out to him. Anyway, the band that made that song, it's a very subtle, very tender song. All of the rest of their music doesn't sound anything like that. I just felt like that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted more of that after they did it. I just felt like, what if we do the true crime episode so well that everybody's like, this is what we want? I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
I mean, we could give them a couple per cycle. We're not that, but we could give them 2 or 3 maybe per cycle. It wouldn't hurt.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. We could pick the truest of the truest, the crimest of the crimes.
The crimest of the crimes. I like that.
Absolutely.
Let us know, y'all. Let us know in the comments if that's what y'all want to hear more of. Yeah, that was Tristan. Where's your cue?
I see. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared. I was getting my notes together.
The one time we let you have it.
I doesn't want to.
Still waiting.
It don't want to load.
That ain't it.
That's a new one.
I told you I got hella sounds now.
We see. Yeah, y'all look for that in cycle 4. Tristan's gonna have all the sounds coming next cycle.
No, it doesn't want to play for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't get the dun 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 going.
All right.
It's probably gonna play at the most inopportune time. I know it will. No, it should.
Awkward turtle.
What is? Oh wait!
I just had it playing and then it stopped. I just had it playing.
That's how you do it. Yeah. That's that theme song. That was that terrible rap. Don't play that.
Damn it, it's not gonna do it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have it. But what we do have is Leslie's turn. So what is your pick? What is your pick, Belle?
Like you said, we had so many great episodes and great guests on this cycle. It was hard to narrow it down. But for me, I just love Dr. Janika Hardman when she joins us.
Shout out to Dr. Janika Hardman.
Out. She from the block. She brings a yes, shout out to her on IG. She brings a breadth of knowledge and experience when she comes and speaks to us about any type of mental health topic that we have. So she joined us for episodes 55 and 56 to discuss imposter syndrome. And it's something that I deal with. I know a lot of us deal with it. And so it was just great just for her to share her wisdom on the topic, and just how to kind of combat that and overcome it. As we're all trying to do things in this life, it can seem very scary at times, or we're not good enough or don't have the skills when we actually do, and we deserve to be where we are. So I thought it was just very insightful episodes, and I appreciate her so much.
That episode.
And beyond that, just beyond that, Janika just fits right in. You know what I mean? I almost call her affectionately the fourth co-host. Yeah. She just fits right in. It wasn't it wasn't much introduction that needed to be done. Now, granted, she's been on the show twice, but you know what I mean? In this new cycle under the rebrand and everything else. But no, it was a seamless, a hand in the glove, man. So shout out to Dr. Janika Hardman.
Y'all let us know if y'all want to see her on cycle 4. We'd love to have her back again.
They don't. No, she's coming back for cycle 4. They don't have a choice in the matter.
Trying to get the engagement.
They can engage all they want, but she's still coming back.
You right.
But are there any other guests or we want to shout out? I mean, I definitely want to shout out. Was Baptiste on this one?
No, he went on this cycle. Shout out to Justin Parsons.
Of course,
came and spoke to us about the grants, especially
for sure, excellent episode. Shout out N Cubed. Shout out my boy N Cubed.
Yeah, shout out to Nigel.
N Cubed, my dude.
Sharing his experience with retiring from the Army. I think that's so important for so many people to listen to, especially in this country when it comes to veterans and how they're handled. So yes, that was a great episode as well.
No, but Nostalgia Ultra, I enjoyed that one. We definitely took a look back. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you. Definitely bring that up. Movie comes out very soon. Did you guys hear that on their soundtrack they're working with Case?
No, I did hear that. I'm excited.
On the soundtrack.
I'm excited for the movie, for the soundtrack. I think it's going to be so well received and do such a great job.
And I was in touch with Sean, and we should get that music first. We should get that music first.
And I saw he's about to start working on another film, so he's in his bag right now, just cranking them out.
believe it's called On the Run. So check out that.
Yep. But like you said, Tristan, shout out to Nostalgia Ultra. That was actually our most played episode of this cycle.
Was it really?
Okay. So we're gonna have to do more throwback episodes, because people nowadays, Gen Z, they have no idea the greatness that we experienced growing up. Yeah, I feel bad for them.
Shout out to some of the games we played. I want to play some more games. We haven't played enough games in a while.
See, on that Nokia. Wait, I'm kind of happy about because Leslie be kicking my ass, and I don't like that shit.
No, you do a good job too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, as of right now, I think if Leslie is up right now, she's only up by a win.
Right. Our guests be kicking our behinds. That's what it is.
Yeah.
When we're teamed up and have a guest, they gonna win every time.
I definitely tried to tilt the game in their favor because it's our guests. So I really want them to feel good. It's important.
They don't get no participation trophies over here. Like you
we
gotta
be
come
treating
with
them like kids. They grown as hell. No. Winners win,
exactly.
losers lose.
Okay, they can handle their own.
It's a savage land around these parts, my lord.
Expect the landscape to change next cycle, y'all. Me and Sean winning. We taking it all.
We're taking it all.
With all that confidence, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Hey, guys, it's your boy Tris. And guess what? We got new merch. That's right, new merch. Come check it out. Culture101podcast.com. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. Well, all right, guys, welcome back. And of course, we can't get out of here with, we're having this moment in nostalgia without really taking some time to do it for the culture. This is a segment, guys, that, it used to be near do it. I'm just saying, it went from recess where it was a matter of frivolity, but now it's a matter of focus. It's a matter that we try to definitely highlight and uplift different, different entities, different organizations, different people. And our Sean the Don does a great job of picking these things. So Sean the Don, we should start with you. Tell us, honestly tell us how you feel about Do It for the Culture. And then, of course, you can share your favorite. So now that we are doing it for the culture.
So I love the Do It for the Culture segment. I love that we highlight young Black entrepreneurs, young Black business people, young Black greatness. Just in every episode we talk about something great that Black people are doing for their community, and it's just amazing. I love to pick these stories of people that we can highlight each week. And my favorite one that I chose for this cycle was in episode 61, which was What About Your Friends? We gave this Do It for the Culture to Jessica Taylor. She's the founder of Ezra Coffee. And I love this because a portion of her proceeds goes towards assisting students that are in the pursuit of a 4-year degree. Through her scholarship foundation. So I love organizations that do things for a cause. Scholarships for young students is very near and dear to my heart. Y'all know that's what I do for my 9 to 5. And I just love it. I love their website, their branding, how they name their coffees after historical figures in Black culture. It's just a beautiful thing. And again, I want to shout out Jessica Taylor from Ezra Coffee.
I think that's dope.
It was
you don't see a lot of Black owned coffee.
Yeah.
So you're seeing more now though.
But I don't drink coffee at all. But I love what she's doing in that coffee realm. I love that.
And shout out to Jessica for being on Ready to Love, the Dallas season. I watched her.
I forgot that was her. Yes, she's the one that was on Ready to Love Dallas. Yes. Shout out to her. So, Les, what was your favorite Do It for the Culture segment?
So I picked mine from episode 55, which was Imposter Syndrome Part 1. And I picked the beautiful and talented Miss Kelly Rowland.
Calendria Rowland.
Calendria, yes, for winning her. He did.
That's why I said it. That's exactly why I said it. Because I just learned it. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, she won the Fashion Icon Award this year. But just most importantly, I've been in my real nostalgic Destiny's Child bag, just listening to all their old albums, watching them all on the Terrell Show, of course, celebrating everything Beyonce's doing. And so it's just I don't know. I just love Kelly so much. She's always been, from what I can see, like a beautiful light, a beautiful spirit, and more deserving of everything that she's getting, especially now. And I'm just putting it in the atmosphere. 2025, we're going to get our Destiny Child reunion tour. I'm speaking into existence. We don't even need no new music. Just give us a tour. You can start with, DC3. They can like do some of their solo stuff in between and just end with like the original. Yes, they're going to end with the original.
Okay, LaToya coming. Okay.
Yeah, LaToya and Latavia, because they were both on the Terrell show. So like he put that in the atmosphere that like everybody's good. You saw on the documentary.
It's gonna be 5 Destiny Child members.
It's gonna be 5. Yeah, because we don't count Farrah. But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be 5.
Wow. So not 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Farrah, but no girl. Oh my goodness. But yeah, shout out to Kelly, Calendria.
I love
shout
that.
Shout out to Calendria Rowe, man.
Tristan, what has been your favorite duo for the culture?
We already know.
You know what, that it wasn't gonna be my favorite, but then I went through them all and I was like, we can't not talk about it. We can't not note it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it has to be. But Fade in the Water, man, from episode, I do believe 51 of Fall from Grace, which is of course we know the man with the chair swinging that chair,
the chairman
with like swinging that chair for the ancestors. It's crazy that he would swing a white chair for the ancestors, but whatever it is, it's the irony is not lost on me.
Right. Shout out to Aquaman, all of them. What they call him? Michael B. Phelps. All of these. We're just shout out to Black people and the culture for celebrating that, for coming up with all the memes, all the names, all the hashtags. Like, we are a force. And
that's exactly what I was going with that. Like, literally, I have a folder on my socials for like the chair videos, like the videos. Like, there were people riding around with chairs. Like, I was in public and saw a lady with chair earrings. That's what I'm saying. Like chair necklaces. Like everybody rode for this chair. Like, I wonder how many of those chairs got sold. Like, I feel like that company.
I think the sales did go up.
I'm sure they did.
Coming and getting about a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But all that to say, I just love how we become a movement. We're a force. It's a force. I'm just saying, like, it's fluid, and that's what we are, man. I love it. Like I'm saying, Black people are not a monolith. We are a force.
We are a force. Yes.
Absolutely. But are there any other do it for the cultures you want to shout out? Like, I appreciated that one do it for the culture in outside of Chicago, the Aux. I love the Aux. I love the things that they were doing. Absolutely. Lily's Frillies. There it is.
Lily's Frillies. Love that.
The young lady in LA with the homeless shelter.
Oh my God, with the homeless shelter. Absolutely.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Yes. That was a really good one.
You went up my man with the candles. My man with the candles in Texas Corner. Yeah.
Cute little candles. We got some really good ones. Shout out to Sean for
that got the bug spray line in might be Chicago.
Yes.
Like that.
Oh, that's right. Who had to take all the tests and stuff. That's right. Perseverance, because she took it like 6 times or something, right?
Yep. Before she got licensed. Yeah.
We have some really good ones. Everybody who we mentioned in Do It for the Culture. You guys are doing amazing things. I can't wait to see the Black excellence that takes place in 2024. I'm so excited.
Yes, absolutely. Can't wait.
Well, shout out to Coco Gauff too. I just have to shout her out again.
And Simone Biles.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best athlete. Yep.
Absolutely.
All the sports people. Yep. Noah right. something. Lyles.
Absolutely. Noah Lyles. That's right. Over here talking that shit.
It was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Oh man. Well, all right, guys. If that does it for the culture, we're gonna take another quick break, a quick one, and we'll be right back.
All right.
You might be surprised to know that not all serial killers are straight cisgender white men, and the victims of true crime are not a monolith either. She's Wendy and I'm Beth, and together we host Fruit Loops Serial Killers of Color, a true crime podcast.
Together we take deep dives into the true crime stories about marginalized and minoritized perps and victims that often go untold.
We also provide the context and nuance that these stories deserve. At Fruit Loops, we're serving up true crime with a side of history, society, culture, and some fun.
Listen to Fruit Loops Serial Killers of Color on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey y'all, I'm Tris.
I'm Les.
And I'm Sean the Don. And we are
The Collective.
And we have a podcast,
Culture 101, where each week we talk about all manner of topics in Black culture.
From the hottest issues to the most bizarre.
And have a damn good time doing it.
So check us out every Friday where you get your podcast.
Culture 101 Podcast. Moving the culture forward, one episode at a time.
Stay tuned, stay locked in.
I like that little stay tuned, stay locked in.
Well, all right, guys, it's that time. We got to get out of here. But before we do that, we just want to take a moment to, look forward, amicably and, and take a quick moment of reflection and then and send it forward with some good energy. So let's talk about the highlights from this year. Les, what are some of your highlights from this year?
I would definitely say going to the Black Pod Festival in Atlanta, Georgia, with you two guys. That was amazing. That was our first time going to a podcast festival. It was so very uplifting, inspiring, encouraging, fun, fulfilling, meeting like all the other Black podcasters out there. It was very intimate to where you can actually like network and talk to everybody who was not only speaking, but those who were there in attendance. And it just really opened my eyes to the possibilities of what could happen, with our podcast and moving forward, and just me for like career growth as well. So nothing topped that this year for me. It was amazing.
I feel that. Sean?
Love that. I was definitely going to go up next. I want to piggyback off the Black Pod Festival. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really good. And in that same realm, during that same weekend, we were able to record in person for the first time. I loved the energy in the room that we had.
At Connoisseur Studios.
Shout out.
Yes, it was really nice just to be in the same room and like feeding off each other's energy and not talking over top of people because we sit right next to them and we know that they're talking. It's like easier to do when you're in person. So I love that.
I was just gonna say I loved it too because like the reason why we started this podcast was because like our chemistry is just so natural and it's like unmatched. So being able to like feel that in person and just be with y'all in person, like, oh my God, I love that so much. I can't wait to record with y'all in person again.
I cannot wait until we're all in a space where we can just be in person doing recordings. Like, I cannot wait for that. Yeah. Another one of my highlights would be like on a personal level, I moved in with my partner this year. I never lived with anybody in like a romantic relationship. And I was living on my own for a little while before that. So it's been an adjustment. It's a very big step in our relationship. So that was definitely one of the highlights.
Absolutely.
Although we were kind of unofficially living together anyway, but like to make it official and stuff, it was a big step. So that I want to say that was one of the highlights of 2023 for me. What about you, Tris?
First comes love, then comes moving in, then comes me officiating a wedding. Okay.
You are really pressed about officiating this wedding. You brought this up no less than 10 times.
I'm going to get certified.
I'm going to officiate.
How you going to be a bridesmaid and officiant? I don't understand that.
I can do double duty, baby girl, double duty. Run down that hey y'all, and then get in position.
It sounds like I would need to officiate it if you're going to be a bridesmaid.
Oh Lord, ain't no telling what's going to come out your mouth when you do it.
Love is going to come out my mouth.
Sorry, but I would not hire you because you would say something out of line.
You got to keep the mic. You got to keep the mic from Tristan at the reception. Don't let him get the mic.
I can't even believe
you got to be able to turn it off, turn off Tristan's mic in a millisecond. Anytime I give him the nod, turn it off.
Unless he's singing or doing karaoke something, that's the only thing. But
that is fucked up. Y'all not even going to let me give y'all this lovely sermon that I have written painstakingly. I have it ready. It's already here in the notebook.
Really
it's right there.
Yes, that is true. But
you are.
I can't give you that long of a time.
The words that come out.
I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, my exploits they precede me, but that's okay. That is okay. For me, the highlights are just all of the above. Really, is all of the above. Like literally, there are so many things that you could talk about. This, like some of the places you've been, some of the things you've done, some of the achievements you've made, but just all of the above. Like, and just feeling good about all of those things. Like I don't have too much buyer's remorse about anything, I guess doer's remorse, if you will, about
Mhm.
any of those things that I've done and any of the things that we put our time in. So really, I guess it's really just straight remorse because like I don't feel bad about any of the things I've given my time to.
Mhm.
So just I feel good about all of those things, especially the podcast festival. You know, definitely that was a good sign. I mean, recording together at the beautiful Connoisseur Studios, you know, in Atlanta, Georgia. Wonderful there. And just, you know, of the wonderful ideas and things that we've changed, you know, the rebrand. That was because like we didn't know how that was gonna work. We were just like, oh my God. I remember going back and forth, like, damn, should we even really change it? Does it even feel right? And now it feels righter than ever, you know?
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like
it's like breaking in a pair of
confirmation.
shoes. It's like breaking in a pair of shoes. You know, at first, boy, sure was a little squeaky. Now I'm walking in them shits. You know, 600 miles, man. 600 miles. Beautiful.
I
So,
agree.
you
It
know.
feels right.
But of course, where there are highs, there are always lows. But yes, so we're going to take a quick moment, and I do mean a quick moment, to talk about the lowlights because we don't want to linger. Les, talk about the lowlights.
Yeah, so for me, it's just I'm trying to make a career pivot, and it's just taking longer than what I anticipated because, of course, we all know the job market is not great. But hopefully within 2024, we'll start to see a turnaround for the better, and I'll be able to make those moves that I'm really trying to make, put my stamp on things that I'm trying to do. And so, yeah, I'm very optimistic. I think 2024 will be a great year for me, for sure.
Absolutely. Sean?
I love how you turned that low around, Leslie. That was beautiful. What I would say for mine is that I was looking over what my goals were for 2023, and I realized I didn't even hit like 25%. And that shit disappointed the hell out of me. There were so many things that I wanted to accomplish this year that I feel like I didn't. Like I was being kind of financially irresponsible with some things and not like saving where I wanted to save and putting effort into things that I wanted to put effort into. So I just want to be more mindful and intentional in the year of 2024 to do differently.
No, I definitely feel the same way. I mean, honestly, this is another all of the above situation. That's why I feel like it's appropriate to go last. Just because because I feel like there were pivots I was trying to make that I couldn't necessarily make as fast as I wanted to. Like I got to dip my toe in some of those things. And so like there is some work that got done, you know, some things that got filmed, projects and like other, but there were just so many more things that I wish I could have been better with my time about and trying to facilitate some of these things. Because a lot of things that if you just give time to it, you can make it happen. You can facilitate it. So as long as you're more responsible with your time, like I can be organized so many other places, but you can't be organized with your time. You know what I mean? So it's just important. And then inflation. It's just been pissing me off. I've just been thinking about it. Like
It's
you were asking me to
bad.
think of the lowest of the low lights, the inflation. That's the
It don't make
lowest
any
of the low lights this
sense.
year. You know, it really don't make any sense because they print the fucking money. And they don't even print it anymore. It's all digital. So you can just give it out.
They've given over 100 billion or something like that to like Ukraine and these wars and stuff like that. But it's like we are struggling here. Like I get it. That's a whole nother topic. I'm not. We are going to have a guest on next cycle to really dive into the politics of it all, since 2024 is an election year. So I'll save this rant for that. But I'm just saying we gotta take care of home first because we're struggling over here. I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, we can't leave it like that. So as we're going out for, you know, and the impending cycle 4 that is coming up, man, what are we looking forward to in cycle 4? Like, what do we have in store for our listeners, you know, for guests, for things that we're looking at? We can't give too much away now. Can't give it all away at once. But just one quick thing that, you know, to look forward to in cycle 4.
Money, 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 money. Money.
Hey,
Money, 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 money.
I support that.
In the same breath as inflation, I feel that. That's real. That's real. I get that.
Inflate
Money,
our bank account.
obviously, we got things to do, places to be.
Okay.
I am looking forward to getting some brand endorsements, getting some people to pay these bills. We got bills that got to get paid, and I'm really looking forward to doing that in 2024.
I second that. We've definitely put the work in to show, you know, what our brand is for our podcast and like how great a quality that we have. So I definitely think like 2024 is a year that we start getting these brand endorsements, these partnerships going, like show us the money. But in addition to what Sean said, I'm definitely looking forward to finally doing a live show. I feel like Cycle 4 will be perfect for that. Again, we've like been building up our audience and our presence and everything like that. So I think doing a live show together with y'all would just be amazing and like the icing on the cake. And again, recording in person with y'all. When we do a live show, we gotta hit the studio and record in person as well. So That's what I'm looking forward
to. Absolutely.
What about you?
Definitely all of those things.
All of the above.
All of the above, for sure. All of the above. Like I'm circling D all day. Circling D. But
you're
no,
a safe test taker.
But specifically for me, reaching a wider audience.
Absolutely.
Just because I feel like we have a lot of things
Wide
that
or
we enjoy
white?
talking about.
What you say?
Wider, WIDER.
If there if you happen to catch some of those,
that's fine.
Right, that's fine. That's fine.
I was like,
But
dude,
not
why you
specifically
specifically looking for a wider audience? That didn't make sense.
wide. Stop that. Wider audience. A wider audience. That's what we're looking for, to reach more folks.
Oh, what's the money?
I just feel like we put all of these things out, and I would much like to talk to other folks to get some other perspectives, because I felt like it could only enhance the show. Because reaching more people means we'll have more opinions, more people that some people will love it, some people won't. You know, hopefully our dichotomy of our ratings isn't like Fruit Loops, because that's so wild. With you have people that just love them and then like they want you to burn. That's kind of crazy. But I just want to reach a wider audience. You know, that's our goal for this next cycle, to try to hit more ears, more and more ears. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
All right, guys. Well, again, now we really do have to get out of here. We got to get out of here before the new year starts. You know, I know this cycle isn't quite done yet, and we got a couple more episodes, but we definitely wanted to take time to wrap this up and to really take pause to honor everybody that's been on the show. And you know, hold on, Sean, what are you sending? What is this? Now I gotta know. This seems important.
It's not.
I don't even know if she said something.
I'm fucking done with you.
Exactly.
The look on your face was like, nigga, you need to look at. I'm like, hold on, let me see what the fuck is going on.
Let the audience inside joke. I got my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't get notifications while we record. So
I get texts because in my mind I'm like, damn, it's the sound wrong or something. I'm thinking it's something technical, and Charles over here like,
I mean,
no, we do need some more whites too. You're not wrong.
Okay, show us the money.
Anyway,
can you pay our bills?
But as I was saying, we just want to take pause to make sure that we honor everybody that was on the show and all the topics and all the things that we've covered, because without those things, we don't even have a show to produce. You know, it's just that way. But guys, again, please remember to like, subscribe, send, tweet, all those things, you know, across all the platforms. But of course, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. And if you want to reach out to us, Leslie, and tell us your favorite episode and any other thing you want to tell us, how would they do that?
Definitely engage on our social media. Let us know in the comments what you enjoyed, what you want to see moving forward into cycle 4. If you need to send us a direct email, it's contact@culture101podcast.com. And if you want to send us a listener letter to be read aloud on the show, you can hit us up on our website, culture101podcast.com. Scroll all the way down and just let us know if you want to be anonymous.
And if they were looking to do this is one of the big stepping stones we introduced in cycle 3.
Yes,
this next thing that we want to talk
it.
about. You know what I'm saying? Because we finally introduced some merch. You know,
Yes.
for people to wear, to don, to put wherever they want to put. And if they were trying to figure out where that merch was, Sean, how would they do that?
Well, if you are trying to find some Culture 101 podcast merch, you can find us at culture101podcast.com/shop. And I'm telling y'all, we got a little bit of everything. We got aprons, we got candles, we got notebooks, we got pens, we got papers, we got hats, we got t-shirts, we even got squishy jackets. Like, we got all that shit.
Yes.
Everything that you're looking for, we got it. Perfect for the holiday season, for you to give that gift of love to maybe your co-workers, to your side piece, to your main piece, whoever you gonna give a gift to.
We don't endorse side pieces.
Holiday season. Get your side piece too.
We endorse whoever buys it.
You know,
live your life.
We endorse whoever buys the shit.
You right. I ain't gonna turn the whole dollar away.
Light it up.
Please.
You know, I'm like, just because she your side piece, she can't wear a jacket. Fuck out of here.
Right.
You right. You right.
We appreciate the love.
However you give it.
Well, all right, guys. Well, until the next time, I've been Trey.
It's your girl Les.
And I'm Sean the Don.
And even though the topics may change, the vibe remains the same. We out, y'all.
Bye.